Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What's going on? What's going on? Right now, it's the coach. Another day on the touchdown crew. Got a lot to cover. Have a lot. Hopefully, I don't know. Some people should be popping on. I know Charles has internet issues at his house, and Coach Beckett, he's probably running from me because I think I beat him this week in picks. I'm coming back. So to start it off, man, gonna talk about the Indianapolis Colts. It baffles me. It's crazy how so much promise at the offseason you traded for Matt Ryan, and you figured that was the missing link. You was missing a quarterback. All you need was a quarterback to get you where you need to go. Then over time, but you didn't draft a receiver. You didn't even pick up a free agent receiver, which was very much needed to help support Matt Ryan. You had the running game. I truly believe that Jonathan Taylor, you ran. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Mike just came on. Mike, what's up, boy?
What up? What up?
Not much, man. How was your week, man?
Man, it was cool. Started basketball, but it's good. Everything good.
Oh, who squad?
Eagles winning, Michigan winning. Hey, undefeated. Everything's good. Everything's good.
That's right. You are a Michigan fan. Yeah. Who squad? All right. Hold on. Oh, got Jay. Another one.
There you go. You keep taking him off.
Problem. All right. Hey, so real quick, man, I was getting ready to start on the Colts. What do you think?
Oh man,
that whole situation.
I don't want to say it's the worst hire ever, but just prove that the Rooney Rule means nothing. You hire a guy no experience. I mean, he wasn't even a high school head coach. So I'm on a personal level, I'm pissed. Like, shoot, that should have been open. I should have been able to at least get an interview. I mean, yeah, he probably consulted. Yes, he was an awesome player. He understood the O-line play backwards and forward. I'm not doubting that, but to come in and to coach a team halfway through, I don't think he's going to be able to gain that locker room respect outside of a player, because you have coaches that's been there and they already gained that relationship with them players, and to come in and try to make a change like that on a guy who, hell, some of them players that's playing probably got more experience coaching a little league team than he got coaching a high school. If you count their training hours, they doing more coaching than he has been. That was a piss poor hire. That was a you my guy. I know the owner. That's all that was.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I think you experienced it when they get rid of a coach during the season. How does it affect the players?
It's a 50-50 side. Because you're gonna have some players who loved and respected the coaches and had, like I said, it always go back to relationship, had a relationship with him and understood what was going on. And then you got half who probably happy he gone. So there's no all one in on one side of that fence. It's both sides. I mean, especially with Frank being an offensive coordinator, you got people on the defensive side, especially at that level, who probably really don't get coaching from him. You get oversight and a small corrections, but you don't get that coaching at that level like that from him.
Yeah, because he was probably majority on the offensive side.
Right.
Well, he was calling plays, so he
Exactly.
let the defense do, which in the past he could have did that because he had a good defensive coordinator, but he took the job in Chicago and doing his thing.
And then you got quarterbacks with that carousel going like that. You probably got two of them like, oh yeah, I got an opportunity to come in here and get this starting spot now. So you always gonna have some people even on his side of the ball like, man, I don't care. It's part of the business.
Yeah, but
I
like I
can
said,
start now.
like I said earlier, Jay, what you think, man? You sitting up there quiet. Who you got?
You know, it's a weird one because the coaching hire period. There's no, like he said, there's no, we can't go backwards and say, well, this is why he was hired. There's none of that. And then, dealing with the last few years of the Rooney Rule, that pisses me off as well because this is a prime example of what the Rooney Rule is supposed to negate. This hire is what the Rooney Rule is supposed to work against. This is exactly why it was, and this is what it's supposed to work against. Guys coming off the street with no freaking proper reasoning to be hired. There's no background that says, "Hey, this guy is the next head coach," or even progressing to be a next head coach, not the next head, a next head coach, and then he gets the job. So that part for sure. In regards to your question about, you know, coaches being let go in the middle of the season, I think that's a 50-50 thing because these guys want to win. These guys want to win the game. And when you're not winning and you can point and say, hey, coaching is definitely not helping us get to where we need to go, I think a lot of the guys would be okay with the move. I mean, look at the Arizona Cardinals. We're in a sinking ship. And outside looking in, you're like, dude, ain't nothing changing. We're going every week with the same weaponry, and it's not working. You look at the Vegas Raiders, same thing, a sinking ship. You made all these offseason moves, all these offseason changes to add to the team, and it ain't going nowhere. We're watching both of those teams I mentioned sink in front of us. And it's not like they're not tooled. Indianapolis, in compared to the two, they're not really tooled to me. They're not tooled.
But let me go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
But let me ask both of you this. Did we really have the Colts doing something? Because I remember last year. I remember in the summer when we talked about what coach was on the hot seat, and we said the Colts. He's on the hot seat. We said the Carolina Panthers on the hot seat because regardless of the situation, you had a defense, you had a running game last year. I think you just ran Jonathan Taylor in the ground to where now he's injured. He's injury prone right now. He needs some rest, which he's getting. But you never could find a quarterback that could fit to get you where you need to be. So are you surprised?
You never went and got a receiver to take somebody out of that box either. I mean, he froze up on us. But I want to know what he think about, because I was like, I want to know how much did Jeff Saturday know, because if he had evidence or knowledge that it was coming up, I think his conversation about the Raiders 2 days before the announcement would have been changed, because he said the Raiders suck and y'all about to play them. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he even knew the conversation that he was on ESPN.
So here's how it worked. Yes. So here's how it worked. They talked Sunday after the game. No, I'm sorry. They talked Saturday and they talked Sunday. Jeff Saturday and Jim Irsay. He was talking about the online play because pretty much he's respected. He's respected with the Colts. He still goes and he does things and everything else. So I don't know if he blew his mind and said, hey, if I was in this situation, this is what I do, or I do this or I do that. But the reality of it is Jim Irsay was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm fine, Frank. I'm done. I don't have time for it. Let's move on. Like even people, the GM, the president was saying, hey, we got 2 ex-head coaches on our staff. Let's just hire them. He went against that and he hired Jeff Saturday. And I agree with you, Mike. It's like you have 0 experience. But the question is, what? Because we already know they finna suck. Because look, I'm just being honest. You can say what you want. We already know that you're going to suck because the simple fact of the matter is you don't know who's playing quarterback. You have advantage this week just because no one knows what the hell you're gonna run offensively
Yeah.
because you don't even know who's calling the plays. Well, you know who's calling the plays, but you don't know what his tendencies are. So that's the one good advantage that he has. But are we gonna really sit here and say they're gonna go 500?
No. And I'm gonna say this because if you walk into a team as a head coach or a coordinator and your team is not good, but as a player you are, it's hard to get out of that mindset of, man, if I was doing this, y'all should do this. If I could do it, you should do it. And that's gonna cause more havoc in that office. I don't care what he say, he ain't gonna do it. Hell, I still do it. And I know you do it too. So as a first-year head coach and you dealing with NFL, so that's gonna cause havoc because he gonna say it in practice. And he gonna expect more out of them because he played that position, and they think that's the biggest issue with that team right now, outside of quarterback.
They think is on. I really think, and I'm curious. Let me ask you this question. And Jay, we called Jim Irsay stupid. We called him crazy and everything else.
Right.
Do you think he hired Jeff Saturday to pretty much sabotage the rest of the season?
Yes.
So I can get a quarterback.
Yes.
Instead of getting someone with experience as a head coach, and they're trying to get the job because no matter how you want to look at it, that's one of the best jobs in the league.
I'll tell you this: that is the case. You're dumb because you've had 3 years. I mean, you've had 2 solid years quarterbacks, and we said in the past couple of years we thought they should have went quarterback. So if that's your goal, who you going after? Bryce?
That's what I'm about to say. Who
is that your end result, Bryce?
Well, if you look at it, Bryce, Stroud, man, they got this other cat. I don't even know his name. Everybody's been talking about.
You don't know his name. I don't want to hear about him. Come on,
Jay, come on, Jay. I understand, but Jay, you know how the NFL is, dog. When and we all hear it in March, you be hearing all these quarterbacks.
All the Heisman candidates
here. Who is he?
Hey, I agree with you.
You don't know nothing about these guys.
I agree with you, but we've seen 2 years. If we look at the past 2 years, we don't get a lot of quarterbacks like this. It's not like every year in the draft there's fucking, excuse my French, 5 quarterbacks there. It's not like that. And we've had 2 years of solid quarterback, bro. And if that's the case, I'm just going based off of what you said. If they're like, you know what, we're gonna throw in the hat, we're gonna go after, we're basically tanking, and we're gonna go after a quarterback. If that's the case, we've watched them for 3 years, including the last 2 with what's the name breaking out in the run game and doing his thing. We knew they needed a quarterback. They knew they needed a quarterback. So you passed up Jay, you passed up Justin, you passed up 2 years worth of solid quarterbacks. And then now you choose to go and just say throw it all in and we're gonna go get a quarterback. To me, that's a fucked off situation. Like you're starting off bad.
Well, they thought Carson was gonna be the guy because he worked with Carson in Philadelphia.
That's a problem.
Yeah. And
that's when Carson balled out, man. Was with him. And that's why they brought him in.
Yeah. But Carson had multiple weapons, not just a run game.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this. Look, and I'm looking at the standings right now. Bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna start from the bottom. Houston, Texas, 1-6. They're not gonna draft a quarterback. Pittsburgh Steelers, 2-6. They're not gonna.
Wait. Go back. You can't start. We can't just bypass.
I can't say they won't
draft a quarterback.
They're going offensive, definitely. I think they're definitely going to go offensive.
They about to load up these receivers because
the run game is legit. I like the run game.
Huh?
You going with Mills?
It's not me going with Mills.
I think they need.
I'm looking at Lovey. I'm looking at Lovey, dog. Lovey. That's how Lovey rolls, man. If you look at when he was with Chicago, you look at when Lovey was with Tampa. He builds defense right now. So he got the DB, but then he went offensive line. And you got to look at the New England Patriots.
The Chicago one don't count.
I think
That was the first quarterback. They didn't draft the first quarterback in the past 100 years.
Well, okay.
he
Still, you
had
got
Jay
Tampa.
Cutler, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
not in Chicago. He
Not in
had
Chicago.
he had like Rex.
Yeah, he had Rex.
Grossman? Okay.
Yeah, he had like
Yeah,
that was
Rex.
the Rex. That was the
Okay.
Rex in the what's his name?
And then if you looked at it, even with Tampa, what he was doing, because the agreement when he was with Tampa was he built the defense, then he went to the offense. That's when he got Mike Evans, he got Godwin. He was working towards the offensive side, and they got rid of him ahead of time because they wanted the supposedly rising star coach. But
you talking about Bruce?
yeah, but I'm gonna say the thing is, they don't like defensive guys, them old school like Pete Carroll and Lovie Smith. They don't believe in superstar quarterbacks.
Well, Pete Carroll you can't count Pete Carroll. He's always had.
Why you can't count him?
Because he's always had a freaking star quarterback. Even in college, he's always wiggled his way into a star quarterback.
Okay. So if you want to say, okay, even if we say Houston Texans, that's CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Pittsburgh is not going to get rid of quarterback. I mean, they're not
They
going to
just
sign
got
him.
one. Yeah,
They just got one.
Yeah.
So you think the Raiders?
No.
No, they'd be dumb to go first round.
Yes.
I can see.
I think I have faith in Carr, and he's not my team, but I think Carr is it. I think Carr is okay and with the Raiders.
Yeah. So here's a good one. Detroit Lions.
No, they can't.
I think they like golf.
The
offense is putting up enough points. It's
just
something.
the defense.
I don't know what it is they're missing, but I don't think it's quarterback. I can't put my finger on what they're missing.
They can't.
But I will say both those teams you named, I can see them going third round
to grab one for the future.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what was Jordan Love? Jordan Love was a first round overall, right? I mean, not first overall, but
Green Bay.
Yeah. But see, and that's another thing too. Would you just give them a 4th round pick for Jordan Love?
They ain't getting rid of Jordan Love now.
You don't think so?
Heck no. After all this, they've been waiting all this time with him. And then now it's time for number 12 to leave. They ain't getting rid of Jordan Love now.
So now here's where it gets tricky. Because the next two teams I'm gonna name, they need a quarterback because they're having issues. Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints.
I think the Saints don't get one this year. They wait to see what Winston do. Carolina definitely. And you think I'm joking? Tampa Bay got to start looking.
I don't know, man. We got to so we're gonna revisit that Tampa thing. That's a totally different conversation than what we're having.
Hey.
But I don't know, man. I like Carolina's quarterback more than any of the ones we've named so far.
Baker?
No, you talking about
no. Baker came in. I know you talking about.
Not Mills. God dang, Sam.
Because they just set him 2 games ago.
Am I off target? What's the dude's name from
Carolina?
I'm off base. What's the dude's name from XFL? Or not XFL, USFL.
Philip Walker.
Is it Walker?
Who is it?
He talking about PJ Walker.
Yeah, PJ Walker. PJ Walker. He's in Carolina?
Yeah, PJ Walker. That's the starter. He's starting quarterback.
Yeah, I like PJ. PJ gives you a different dynamic than what any of the Carolina quarterbacks have had in the last couple of years. I mean, like, look, man, we're watching Geno kill it. We're watching Geno kill the game right now.
But who thought that?
He's always been that. You got to think.
He's
always been that. He's always been that.
Come on.
Geno
I'm gonna say he wasn't because he hasn't been able to.
Come on, man.
Do it in the NFL. But now he has a run game. He has a legit run game. I like Kenneth.
But that's the
legit run game, he got receivers.
But that's the thing about it. And I said, like I told you from the beginning, we talked in the summer about it. Yeah. I said, Seahawks are gonna be straight. He's like, no, they got rid of us. I said, man, they got draft picks. And one thing we can say about Pete Carroll, he can coach them young. He can't coach the old heads.
He's a coach.
Yeah, he can coach, but he can coach them young. 22, 23, 24. Like when Seattle was really booming, the Legend of Boom, they was 27, 28. Yeah. It's just when they got in their 30s, it was like they got tired of it.
Because he ain't got time for no bad habits.
But you're paying. He was like, I could take him and pay 18, 20 million Well, everybody is. I'm paying what the Broncos playing? 45, 46, 47? Go.
Now, I know I'm going back. Did
They're giving him a whole new paint
did
collection.
Geno get recruited by Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
been
did,
there.
right? He
He's
was still
been
in
there for
college,
like
both of them.
he been there like well,
You
of
know,
course.
Geno was the quarterback.
in Oregon.
No, what do you call it? The clipboard holder. Geno was the dude that was
Yeah.
telling him what he did wrong when he came off the field.
Yeah, he watched it. He watched it and said, "Hey, you
Don't do
know."
this.
But what I'm saying is, Carroll knew about Geno and what his ability was at a younger age in college, so he knew what he could do and how to use him already. It wasn't like you said, it wasn't no bad habits that he had because he didn't have the offense around him to succeed in the NFL.
That's what
But
I was
once
going to
again,
say.
no money.
Oh no, that's what I was going to say though about Geno is that Geno, to your point, Mike, they never really gave him the keys to the car. Any of the spots he was at, he was never the actual driver of the vehicle. He was just like, all right, we're going to put you here for this year while we wait until get another quarterback next year. He was, coming in when people get injured. He never really got the keys.
But he blew his first stop when he got drafted because he wasn't watching film. He wasn't doing anything professional. They just pretty
Buffalo, whatever it was.
nah.
He's, Jets.
Yeah, Jets.
The first one was Jets.
Yeah,
Look at that organization when he was there.
it don't matter. It don't matter, man. Listen. I truly do understand that, but especially when you playing in New York, man, the media is gonna kill you. But I said it. I'm good with it. Like I said, Seahawks. Boom. I take that pick.
The Jets were so bad, they was ordering jelly-filled donuts and the jelly was missing. Like they couldn't get nothing right.
I agree with you, man. What's up, John? Good morning. Good morning. You already know what he said next, huh, Mike?
Right.
Third place.
What John just said at the bottom.
Third place.
What John just said at the bottom. Was the crash test dummy. He's always been that in his career.
I agree with you. I agree with you. After he left the Jets, it was like, I felt bad for him. Hey, real quick,
it was a crash test dummy in itself.
Anthony, he said, off topic, can you see Jimmy G with the Colts next year? Nah. He's gonna be a 49er for life.
My hot topic for Jimmy G would be Green Bay. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know you looked at me crazy, but listen.
Tell me.
Aaron Rodgers is on his way out. He's on his way out. Brett Favre, if we looked at that, when they got rid of Brett, same thing. It was the last couple years. They were unsure if they were gonna hold on to him. Brett ended up going to Minnesota, playing a couple more years. I see the same thing kind of happening with Aaron. However, they're not going to get a quarterback in return in the same sense if they try to trade him. And I don't think they're ready to kind of transition right away to Jordan Love as well. I don't think Jordan Love is what they actually thought. But eventually they're gonna transition to him and give him a shot. But going towards Jimmy, I don't think, first of all, you're gonna have to give up 2 first rounders or anything like that for him. I think one would suffice, if that. You might get away with giving him a second or a third combo with that. And you can bring Jimmy in. You're going to have a quarterback that's still capable of owning the field while he's on the field and running that offense, because it's not like they have a whole bunch of weapons over there.
Who?
So they're going to need yeah.
So let me ask you this. What is Jimmy's weakness?
We already said that.
Down.
Huh?
The play breaking down, him trying to do too much.
What, Mike?
No deep ball accuracy.
No deep ball accuracy.
But they don't have no deep ball threat.
I know. Hold on. No deep ball accuracy. Where does he play now?
San Fran.
Oh man,
Frisco.
Beautiful. It's beautiful out there.
Oh, you talk about the weather?
It's beautiful out there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Year round.
Jay, it's beautiful, right? Yeah. Beautiful weather.
Sunshine.
Can't throw the deep ball.
Go to Green Bay. Heavy with the snow.
You look when you play at 2-degree weather, wind blowing. I don't see it. because he can't throw the ball. He's not accurate enough. Now you're asking him to throw in crazy weather.
Yeah, but that division is a
It's on the come
smash
up.
mouth division, anyways. Especially in the winter.
But that's what I'm saying. So look where he came from. He went to New England. We really didn't even get to see him play Buffalo, so we didn't know if he could really throw in Buffalo. You played in Miami. You played in New England where the weather was 70 degrees, and then you got traded to California. You play Arizona, Seattle. The weather wasn't that bad. Domes, yes, because there's a lot of domes in the NFC compared to the AFC. So I
think you got Seattle, AZ, and then now you got LA too.
So I just really, really think Jimmy's gonna stay where he's at because they want to make sure Trey Lance is really taking off before they make the trade. Because they could have traded him. And Jimmy don't want to leave. Jimmy gonna stay there. He gonna restructure that contract, maybe by 15
million.
Go
nowhere else to start over. Jimmy don't want to start over no more. Man.
But I truly believe that's the thing. You go through this list of teams that need quarterbacks. There's only 5 or 6, if that. Of course, Tampa Bay does. But moving on, man. Since we're talking about quarterbacks, Josh Allen. They said Josh Allen is active and is starting. Would you start him or would you sit him and let him rest this week? And I said, if you didn't know that he has shoulder issues and pretty much, I think he got hurt during the game, huh?
Yeah.
So, Mike, you being a coach, would you play him? I mean, you're 6-1. You're good in the division. You're number 1 in the conference. What would you do?
I'm treating it like a preseason game, letting it go. But then I
said 6-1, 6-2. My bad.
I was about to say I know I just lost.
Yeah,
I'm gonna treat it like a preseason game, but I also think once again the coach has to change his play calling. Stop always trying to get the deep ball because you're forcing him to run, and when he runs, he gets hit. So you need to change your style of play calling.
He is. We talked about it, right?
Right.
And then hold on. Time out. We bet on it, right? Remember, I told you they made the trade for a running back from the Colts.
When he was in, he was getting carries.
Believe.
And like I said, because I watched him. His long run for that touchdown was a pass call. He is I want the deep ball play caller. And a lot of times, I don't understand why they do it so much. A lot of times, teams are in man, so them linebackers are turning their backs, and he takes off and runs.
To his point, last week, there was a combined 13 carries for running backs through Buffalo. Zach Allen. Damn it. Josh Allen carried the ball 9 times. 13 rushing attempts for the running back position. And Josh Allen carried the ball 9 times.
And I guarantee 6 or 7 of those 9 was pass calls. And
you're right. You're right. But look, switch side. You look at a guy like Kyler Murray, who we want to run the ball, and he ain't running the ball 9 times.
Yeah.
He ain't getting flushed out. And I'll go to say that Buffalo's offensive line is better than the Cardinals' offensive line.
But they're not a run team. It's not
that's coaching.
It doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's what Mike is saying. It's coaching. There's no way you can tell me that they're not a run team. Like that doesn't matter.
And
you have 9 rushes with your quarterback and 3 running backs to combine have 12 rushing attempts. 3 running backs combined. That's an issue, bro. That's coaching.
But that's the thing. Like I told Mike, we talked about it.
It's kind of like taking OBJ in Cleveland, and we're gonna go ahead and get you the ball, and they don't ever throw him the ball.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing there?
Why
do they even have running backs? Go ahead and take those 2 running backs, get another offensive line, defensive line, and just have Josh Allen do everything.
Yeah. No, I've said it because I told Mike, I was like, they don't have a fullback.
They don't.
Dude,
but
well,
half the
yeah,
NFL doesn't have a
they don't need a running back.
They don't have a fullback.
fullback position
don't-
hardly exists.
All
It's
they
like-
need,
but
all they need is like
everybody. No. Everybody with
and
the heavy. They have a
Josh
heavy set,
Allen,
except the Cardinals.
somebody to snap him the goddamn ball. That's it.
Hey man, you be jabbing the shit out of me this morning.
Well, look, it's funny. Hey, to my right, I got nothing but Cardinal fans because you two at the top. That's he was like, oh, they got it, Cardinals, both of you, and he looking sad. But
Hey man,
I've said it. I said it from the beginning, and I told Mike. We talked about it last Sunday. I said it has to be play calling. It had to be play calling. Like last year, I said it had to be play calling. Had to be the structure of the offense.
You
But
know what? I
then
don't even think
when
it's-
they lost, when Daboll went to New York, and all of a sudden you see Saquon is getting it in every known man, every way, tosses, dives, throwing it, doing all these things. He's using the running back.
this is my problem. Look at this.
So, and go ahead.
I told you about the 13 attempts between the three. But then you look at the receiving and the way the ball is distributed. Your running back, Singletary, 5 targets. Cook, 4 targets. McKenzie, 3 targets. And then you got Hines with a target. They're throwing the ball to the running backs and using that as a run game. That is a problem, bro.
But that's all they have.
No, they don't.
But no,
Ooh.
okay, let
Hines
me
is totally capable
but let
of
me
running
ask you this.
football.
let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you as a coach. If you have a run game, what would be sufficient for you to say we need this to average per carry?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Vic.
Man, I don't know because I never had a quarterback. I never had an elite. Like everybody said, I never had this elite quarterback in the system. Like I always had. I'm being honest, man. I always had like an above average. And I'm
Does
gonna say
that
this
change
though.
what you expect from your running back?
Hey,
Yeah,
but
so I'm just saying, what would be a good number if you touch the ball?
Mike, I'm gonna say this: the one time that we had a good quarterback that can actually run the football and everything, because he can make one person miss or whatever. And keep in mind, man, this is high school compared to the professional.
Right.
You kind of want to have a balance because you don't want, like, as right now, your quarterback is getting nicked up.
Right. So
So-
from a running back, what would you want him to average every time he touched the ball, running the ball?
Just
Yards
give me
per
3.
carry? Are you talking yards
Yards
per
per-
carry?
Yeah, yards per
3.
carry.
I just
3
need 2 to
to
3
4.
yards.
2 to 3. In this
Give me 2 to
last
3.
game,
No, if you're averaging 2, you're losing.
Yeah.
you had Singletary averaging 3, Cook averaging 3.8, and McKenzie only got 1 touch, but he averaged 9. So why are you not letting him touch the ball more?
But that's McKenzie. That's like a jet sweep. That's not.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just.
But that's
But see,
because you're not listening.
But
Wait,
you can't say
here's
you're
the
not a
point.
run team. You're not a like we said. You're not a run team because you don't call run plays.
When you
Right.
have, listen,
You don't scheme for it.
when
You
you
don't set it up.
have an elite, as you guys, everybody says he's a top 3 quarterback. When you have guys
Ooh,
like
I
that,
didn't say that one.
a lot of man, I used to get destroyed talking about Josh Allen.
Coaches,
When you
coaches'
have,
thoughts
when you
are
put,
not those of others. I just
God. Oh my God.
but being honest, when you have quarterbacks like that, you want the ball in their hands regardless. Because like I told you, I said there's plenty of times Josh Allen, he runs it. It's not even a run.
Yeah.
He steps back, he looks, and then he just takes off. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I mean, and it's the same as like you say, Patrick Mahomes. They want to run the football. but
Listen. Devin Singletary and James Cook, they are both capable of running the ball behind that offensive line. When you go ahead and you have a scrambler like Josh Allen, you're going to go ahead and run him as many times. I mean, I don't even think it's a matter of play calling. I think Josh Allen's going into the huddle and say, "Fuck it, I'm just going to run it. Try to stop me." I honestly,
But that's a crazy thought to have when you have weapons around you and you don't need to.
Yeah, but in order to go ahead, because listen, Josh Allen ain't going to ball like this forever. And there's going to be a time where he's going to go down. And what's going to happen to the offense? 90% of the offense is down. What are you going to do? You got to go ahead and balance that. You got to get some pressure off him. Now, yeah, if you want to go ahead and run 86 yards on 9 carries for your quarterback and make up for those 2 interceptions that he threw to the Jets, come on now. You know what? You got to go
Hey,
ahead.
hey. We can't say that.
Hey,
We
Yes,
can't say
we
that.
can.
Charles,
before you go
Charles,
into
we
that,
can't say that
Sauce
right
is
now.
killing it,
Not
man.
about the Jets.
Sauce is killing
They
it.
6-3.
I think Sauce has what 3 receptions on him this year, like single coverage receptions.
We talking about
Sauce is
Sauce?
killing it.
Yeah. So, listen, Sauce is the only one out there. So you mean to tell me you don't have 3 receivers? You have to go against Sauce every single time? Go
Oh,
to
we ain't
somebody else, damn it.
We ain't gonna act
But
like the
they
Revis
don't.
effect ain't real.
They don't.
That's the stupid
We ain't
thing.
gonna act like the Revis
But
Island
the-
effect ain't real.
Hey, but
Patriots
Charles,
didn't go to Sauce all the
here's the thing
time.
that what everybody. Charles,
And we whooped
they
their ass.
don't have receivers. They just have Diggs. Name what's the
Who
second
don't have
receiver on the team?
receivers?
McKenzie.
Knox.
Buffalo.
Okay, McKenzie. Buffalo got.
Come
McKenzie's
on,
good.
man.
McKenzie's
No.
good. Don't even give
I
me
don't
that.
wanna hear
No,
that.
come on,
I don't
man.
wanna hear
McKenzie's
that.
good.
No,
Come on,
Josh
man.
Allen ain't out here throwing-
Okay, so
Davis is balled out too. Don't even.
Corey
start
Davis is
that.
killing them.
You got Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. You got Dawson Knox. That's going to be like that tight end right there in the middle, that check down. And you could actually use some of your running backs back there to go ahead and do extra checkdowns. I'm just saying. They got players. They got players that they can use just because they're not household names like Julio Jones or Mike Evans. They can use those players.
And Knox plays well for them at the tight end. I don't know, man. I don't want to hear it. We can't sit here and say at 1 second, say
give me.
Josh Allen's top 3 quarterback in the league, and then the next second say he doesn't have no help. Get him some help. That's why he's doing all this. I don't know, man. Listen.
No. First off, hold on. First off, I'm gonna say this. I've never said Josh Allen was. I give him top 5, maybe for sure top 10. But Mike knows. I'm not Mike. Charles knows 1,000 times when we talk about Buffalo, and I say y'all put Josh Allen at the wrong table. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback to make plays. Yes, of course we know Tampa, baby. We back. We getting healthy. That's all that matters. We're getting healthy. But when we sit here now, we talk about it. But look at this. Look at this stat. Here's this stat. Stephon Diggs, 83 targets. Gabriel Davis, 18 receptions, 38 targets. Running back, tight end, 27 targets, 20 receptions. McKenzie, 30 targets, 20 receptions. Where are these receivers at?
Okay, but listen, you understand. Okay, you understand.
Everybody keeps saying. I'm just saying.
You understand Diggs is the number 1 receiver. You get that. So he's going to get the majority of the targets. But these 30 and 40 other targets that are being passed around, that's not totally uncalled for. He's using these other receivers. And when he does, as you can take a look, they're completing them in a high percentage when they do use these second and third receivers.
And at that point, it's situational. Where are they getting the ball at? Where are they getting these receptions and targets at? I mean, are they targeting them in open space? Are they getting them the ball where they can catch and run? Stephon Diggs, he takes the top off the defense, and you gotta press that. You gotta have that.
No, 100%.
Gotta have that home run ball. I mean, but look, when we break it down and we get into Josh Allen more, Josh Allen is the 3rd leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in the NFL. He is nowhere near top 5 legs as a quarterback in the NFL. Nowhere near top 5 legs.
He shouldn't need to be. That's the thing. I think Buffalo has enough talent.
But that's the thing. He is a bigger. I've said it from the beginning. He is no different from Lamar Jackson. He's just a bigger version. That's all it is. And he has one toy.
He is much different than Lamar Jackson. He actually can throw and complete the deep ball, and he's more accurate.
He has more accuracy.
Yeah,
Charles.
First off, before Diggs came there, what was Josh Allen was run the same thing he's doing now. Same thing Lamar was doing. Except
We're talking about now.
Even if you take off
that's all I'm saying.
Past. Hey, you know what?
So you want
Lamar
okay?
Jackson
Okay, you're right. You know what?
Better now.
You right.
Here's my question
talk about
with the comparison of the two. What do you rank it on? Because it's all about wins and losses.
I'm talking
And I
about
believe
I'm
he's
talking
got him.
about
I think Lamar
stats.
got him by 2 games.
I'm talking about
Okay,
stats
so
this year.
okay, well, let's go. Let's talk.
Let's go.
Which game you want to go to? We can go
I
Bills
think
and
he got. I
Dolphins.
think
Yeah,
Lamar got
games.
fewer
Bill-
Look at the
interceptions.
season as a whole. Look at the
Season.
I know,
season
no,
as a whole.
And how many times when Josh Allen was supposed to make that throw, he didn't make it? Because you look at Bills and Dolphins, 4 downs, and he underthrew an out route for a touchdown.
Okay, Lamar had the game won and threw the fucking pick in the end zone because he threw the ball late. Look, we're not about to.
Season.
We're not about to.
Josh
we're not
Allen,
about-
2,403 yards. Lamar, 1,768. Lamar, 16 touchdowns, 6 picks. Josh Allen, 19 and 8.
At the end of the day, it comes
A better quarterback rating.
at the end of the day, to me, it comes down to this. If you look at these two teams, since we're on the Baltimore and Buffalo tip right now, I think Buffalo has more options on offense than Baltimore. Period.
You will say
Baltimore,
They've always had
they're
more
tight end heavy. They're tight end heavy.
You said they have what? Say it one
I
more time.
said Buffalo has more weapons than Baltimore on offense.
Okay, I agree with you.
And they've had more weapons since the two have came in the league. Period. So there's no, and the only person that I thought you were going this direction. The only person I would compare with Josh Allen in the sense of this would be a young Ben Roethlisberger.
no,
Yes,
because
this
Ben
that's
didn't
the
really,
only dude I can compare it because Josh
Ben-
is not a running quarterback, guys.
but he runs. You
But
can't.
he
You can't
runs.
one.
Ben
You can't-
Roethlisberger
that's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
a running quarterback.
but he didn't run.
He ran.
Ben didn't run.
He never led his team in rushing.
You know what?
Ben-
I'll give Coach this. All right. Lamar Jackson, 635 rushing yards. And Josh Allen, like 300 and something.
392.
Josh Allen, 4 touchdowns. Lamar, 2.
Yeah, Charles.
But I
Charles.
think Josh. But I think Lamar
Charles.
focuses on throwing the ball,
I think,
and
but
Josh plays more free.
let me ask you guys this. When you look at Baltimore and you look how they fit, because guess what? They got a fullback. He got dang 300-something pound cock Diesel. I can't even think his name.
He fullback is a fullback.
Patrick
That's
Ricard.
Yeah, Ricard. Hey, Ricard. They look.
They put a
They-
center back there.
Hey, when Ricard come back there, you already know what's finna go down, and he be ready. Hey, he be ready to fight, man. But I think when you look at this, man, is how the offense is built, because they said it over and over again. And it goes back to what we said about the Colts. They never drafted a legit. Oh gosh, I'm stuttering. A legit receiver in the draft. They went 3rd, 4th round. They never really got that guy that can really do something. And then you get Marquise Brown, and he just drops the ball. He dropped a lot of touchdowns. Yes, but if you flip it to Buffalo, you got Diggs. And again, from what I've seen, from what I experienced, I haven't seen anybody else get open. But we could go. I can go. But we could go back to what Mike said. We can say, like Mike said, it's coaching.
Hey Vic, take me off. I'll come right back.
You know, look. Let me say this last thing. This is the problem, and I think a lot of people do this. Josh Allen's Josh Allen. Josh Allen's game is Josh Allen's game. He's a great quarterback, strong arm, will sling that ball 60 yards. He can drop it into your pocket when need be. He does have a decent pair of legs. And it's not even that he's a runner. It's the decisions and the timing that Josh chooses to run to me that I think that makes him whom he is. Because again, if we look at the NFL and we go down the list of the quarterbacks, I'm not putting Josh in the top 5 of guys I want running the ball out of that backfield.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? It's his decision making.
So
Josh is smart.
I agree with both of them. I agree with you. So it goes back to this: do you start him or do you sit him?
Sit him.
I think I play him the first couple series. If my play calling is the same, I'm sitting him. If I'm gonna change my play calling, then I playing.
So
I have to run the ball. And like I said, the last game, like these running backs is averaging 4 yards a carry. Give them the ball.
And you just picked up Hines. We know he can run the ball.
That's what I said.
We know he can run the ball.
That's what I said.
There ain't no verdict out on this one. If you ain't running the ball, if you give Hines the ball 12 times and it ain't productive, all right, now we know what your problem is. Your offensive line is great at pass protection, does not do run blocking.
But it's not that. You got, like I said, you got Singletary for the season averaging 4.4. James Cook averaging 5.3. Before Moss left, he was at 5.4. So you can run the ball.
You just choose not to.
You choose not to. So it's not like you don't have running backs who's hitting the hole, getting carries, and putting you, especially if you're running on first down, putting you in 2nd and 5, which is where you want, because now you can do whatever you want.
So my competitive juices are flowing on this one. And the Minnesota Vikings ain't a 7-1 team. Me as Buffalo, being 6-2, I ain't letting this bunk.
I have to play him.
Yeah, I ain't letting this bunk ass Minnesota.
And I just lost to the Jets, so they got a half a game or a game up on me in the division.
Yeah,
I gotta play you.
We gotta play him.
I don't have faith in Case.
My competitive juices are flowing too much. We gotta play him. Because this is the top. This is top 5 teams battling. And like he's just said, we just came off of a loss in against the Jets. The Jets are trending upwards.
And
we don't want to.
Here's a question. Here's a question that really would determine: do you feel Minnesota has a legit chance? I ain't saying they will, but do you consider them one of the top 5 teams that can make it to the Super Bowl out of the NFC?
To the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
Who would you say are the top 5 out of the NFC?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Eagles, Cowboys, and this is not
no order.
Don't think this is
order.
This is not an order. Eagles, Cowboys, Tampa.
You already started
they might be in the top.
They might be in the top 5, right?
But here's the thing, and I say top when you say that as of right now, Jay. The NFC is about who's matching up with who,
right? And the reason I say
it's all about matchups in the NFC, because if you get a certain matchup that fits you, like I said, like the Rams and the Cowboys love playing the Rams because guess what? Their line is weak. They want to throw the football because they don't have a running game.
Exactly.
But if you flip it and the Cowboys can't beat Tampa Bay because you can't run on them. So you have to throw the football.
Cowboys can't beat anybody that's in their head, and Tom Brady's in their head.
Yeah.
Now the reason I asked that question is this: do you want to possibly play a team if you think you're a Super Bowl team? Do you want to go in that game without your quarterback having film against them?
What do you mean?
If I can play you in the regular season and I think you're a Super Bowl contender, I want film on how they're going to play you.
Okay. I get where you're going with this. So let me give you my top 5. Minnesota's at number 11. So I don't think Minnesota is
okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
This is a facade. This is a facade. They are in the worst division of football.
No. Look, I'm with you, Jay. On the Vikings, there's only one. Listen, there's one person that was rolling with the Vikings like that, and every team he's been rolling with, like die hard with, they've been sucking. But the team that he say Eagles, but Mike say, listen, think about Mike. Mike is an Eagle fan, but he has not got on the bandwagon till now. When he's now,
he knows they ain't played nobody.
Till now, he's
we played 9 teams. What you talking about?
He said, I gotta see what Jay do. But hey, I'm sorry for cutting the conversation. Go back to your top 5, sir.
I gotta give my laugh at after.
Go back to your top 5.
No, so here's my top 5. I'll put Philly in there because they're in the East. They got weapons on offense. Their defense is solid. And like you just said, NFC is just based on matchups. So I'll put the Eagles in. After that, you got the Niners and the Rams. Again, it comes down to matchups. We know what the Niners are capable of. Healthy, together, the wrong team in front of them, they're getting beat. They're beating them. The Rams, you got to put them there. They're still coming off the Super Bowl. They are who they are. If they make it to the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous. Period. Same thing with Tampa. Tampa, we know who Tom Brady is. We know what Mike Evans is capable of. If they make it to the playoffs, it comes down to matchup in the NFC.
We're not worried about making it to the playoffs, sir.
I'm talking about Super Bowl, top 5 NFC. I'm telling you, if Tampa makes it to the playoffs and they get the wrong matchups, it's a cakewalk. If Tampa makes it to the playoffs and they get the Vikings,
Cowboys,
let's say the Cowboys make it. Yeah.
Cardinals.
Vikings, hey, bro, hold on now. The Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks. If that's Tampa Bay's road to the Super Bowl, I think they go to the Super Bowl. Like, seriously. The only team out of there, if the Seahawks have a good game, but I don't think the Vikings go in and beat Tampa. I don't think the Cowboys go in and beat Tampa. We just talked about that. So Tampa, San Francisco 49ers, and then the Rams, those 3 teams are going to be dangerous if they make it to the playoffs, regardless of what's happening prior. As long as they're healthy, that's danger. Now, outside of that, that's where it gets a little rocky. I don't believe in the Vikings. I just don't believe in the Vikings.
But you can't.
My sleeper is the Giants.
Of course, but
3 teams out the NFCs.
Jay, you can't put the Rams, Giants over Minnesota.
Seattle.
I'll put the Giants over Minnesota. At the current moment, I can't put the Rams over Minnesota.
No, man.
Well, the reason why I put the Giants over Minnesota is because they got the Saquon effect. As long as Saquon is healthy, man, it's gonna be hard to beat that team in the playoffs on a one game matters. It's gonna be hard to beat that team, man.
Okay.
And they got a
I respect it. It's respectable. You know, a lot of people didn't believe in the Saquon method when we talked about running backs a while back. But you want to point to me now?
No. I said it. I was like, Saquon. I never put Saquon in that top 5 for me. It's just me personally. Like, I never believed the hype, but I do believe that he's proven something this year. And then now you think about it, Christian McCaffrey, man, you got rejuvenated. You're out there in San Francisco. And one thing about being out there in San Francisco, they're gonna run the football. They're gonna do all kinds of things, especially to put Christian McCaffrey in the one-on-one matchup. Unlike he was with Carolina, it was just handing the ball or you go run a route and try to. Yeah. So that's gonna help him. And then you're winning. When you're winning, and now he has to believe, he knows because of last year, they made it to the NFC Championship,
right?
With receivers playing running back.
Yeah.
So it's winning is a big difference, man. Once you win, you start feeling it. But
Anthony, I don't have the Rams as my top 5 team. But the answer to my question is it top 5 NFC teams to be able to make the Super Bowl. I do have them, and that's because at the end of the day, you got Aaron Donald.
Still gotta respect it.
You got Jalen Ramsey. You got
man, and they play a cover 4.
I think their offense is what's keeping them out of my top 5.
And that's sad because they got a dynamic offense too, if you ask me.
Who?
The Rams. They really do.
Compared to who?
I mean, if we're comparing to this year, obviously they're down.
The Cardinals.
Yeah,
man, listen. We ain't about to sit up here and let this thing go on like this. The Cardinals offense since the elephant's in the room, let's get this done with. The Cardinals, first of all, let me start off by saying this. If you heard me before the season started, I told y'all from the beginning, Steve Keim shouldn't be here any longer. Cliff is on a very, very, very tight rope heading into the season. The number one thing that we brought Cliff in was for play calling, his offensive scheming abilities. The number one thing that we've had a problem with is play calling and offensive scheme versus teams. We're productive. our offense moves down the field. DeAndre Hopkins has had 100 yards receiving in every game back. We're moving. Zach Ertz is doing great, but we can't do it when we need to. We can't get into the end zone. We can't convert a 4th and 2. We can't convert a 3rd and 2 when the game is on the line. If this game starts and the first 4 plays has Rondale Moore doing a fucking screen pass, I'm gonna walk onto the field myself and just walk Cliff off. This stuff is choreographed so horribly. I know what's happening before it happens.
That's because you brought a guy in that runs a stat offense. It's a very stat offense, not a scoring offense. It's very stat. And I told Mike, we had this argument last year. I said at the beginning of this year, Kyler Murray is always hurt around this time of the year. And look where he's at. He's always if you look at every game, I mean every year since he's been in the league, around game 10 to 12, he's out. He's hurt or something. He has a nagging injury.
It's usually his hamstring too. And
because the offense that you run is not a pro set offense. It's not, hey, again, like kind of like coaching. It's not, they don't have a smash mouth. We're gonna try to spread you out, run a little bit.
We do have a smash mouth. We do have James Conner. James Conner can be a red zone.
But you don't have the guys with that.
That's bullshit too. We got Will Hernandez at the guard. We got Pugh at the guard. We got Rodney Hudson at the center position. We have the middle offensive line to front. And the running back there.
Jay, hold on one second. I'm gonna ask Mike. Because Mike, you coach football. Your identity first goes off your players, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Second, it's the coaching, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of times with coaches, they want to run their stuff.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Your identity is your coach. Your coach should base his play calling on the identity of the players. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, but a great coach modifies and adapts and goes with the players what they can and can't do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
For his roster. So you look at Cliff and you say that they're physical and everything else. When do they have time to be physical? Because they don't practice and do much contact as much as they.
I didn't say they are physical. I said they have the ability to. We have the personnel to be physical.
You have the personnel, but Cliff is not a physical type coach.
No,
he's a finesse. He's a finesse play caller.
Yeah. Now, Vic, to your point, Coach. To your point, I think that between the 20s, Cliff's play calling is decent.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. We have the red zone personnel. We have James Conner, led the league in touchdowns as a running back position. We have DeAndre Hopkins, one-on-one. Ain't no one stopping him, period. Then you have Zach Ertz. We have the red zone personnel.
I don't know why when you get inside that 20, why he don't like. I like Trey McBride and Zach Ertz on the field with Green and.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the.
He's not that kind of coach. He's not a physical guy.
I'm not. Listen. I'm not saying that you don't have the guys. When you are a smash mouth team, like the practices are different.
Yeah, they're not touching.
Cliff does, and I haven't been to a practice, but I can tell you they do a lot of throwing. Look, we're gonna spread this thing around. We're gonna go everywhere.
They ain't touching nobody. They're not practicing on tackling. They're not practicing on. They don't touch people in practice in Arizona. That's one of the biggest things that I've always identified in the Kingsbury practice or training camp or anything. There is zero physicality.
And that's one. And that's the thing.
That's Cliff's. That's his identity.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
So,
and I think we're all saying the same thing from.
We are.
I just truly believe when you have a great coach, because perfect example, if you have a great coach, you modify what they can do and you make them great at what they can do.
Right. Right.
Especially if you got even when we go take it to a good offensive coordinator. Yeah, he modifies. You take Shanahan for 49ers. Oh, you on your 5th string running back. You got a receiver. Okay, that's cool. We just adjusted. We adjusted and we'll start doing this or we'll do that. That's coaching. But the issue is he's not a physical guy. From
But I'm gonna
like
take
you
it a
said,
step
from the
further,
20 to
man.
20, he's great.
But I'm gonna take it a step further.
You said
Forget the
what?
physicality. I'm gonna take it a step further because forget the physicality. We didn't even bring him in here to be physical. We wanted this rinky dink air raid. We wanted this. We wanted to be pretty and we wanted to be fancy and we wanted to bring in the fans. Like we wanted to grab that national spotlight. That's why we went Cliff. Let's be real. Now that it's here,
and Kyler was in that offense before.
right? So we
Yeah.
wanted that, and now that it's here, the problem is that his play calling and timing of plays are horrible. He's running, it's 4th and 1, and we run a bubble screen to Rondale Moore. It's 3rd and 3, and instead of running an off tackle or running a little 2-3 yard slant to DeAndre Hopkins, which is money 95% of the time, we run a off tackle bubble screen to Rondale coming in motion after Zach Ertz went wide into the slot. What the hell is that? Then we run a design run for Kyler on 3rd and 5. Like there's so many instances where it ain't personnel, it ain't execution, it's what the hell was that? What the hell was that? I mean, 9 times out of 10, I don't know about you, Mike, when you watch the Cardinals, and if you're anywhere of a Cardinals fan, Cardinals fans after plays, we're like, what the hell was that?
Wrong bird.
No, because he was saying earlier you were back kind of pushing on him. But what I'm saying is, when I watch them, I'm like,
No, he rode with the Cardinals.
No, I like what they got. Their team is legit, and once again, you look at paper, you're like, man, they should be way better than what they were, what they are. And like you said, between the 20s,
but
well, he an offensive genius, but he getting that red zone. I'm saying, I think his roster say, give me 2 tight ends and give me those 2 receivers, and you're forced to play man on the outside. But
run the ball.
Yeah. He one of them guys who like you said, you on the 1 yard line, you still in shotgun. That irks my soul when anybody do it.
And then we run a screen out of that.
Yeah. So, but I think he's still not understanding like the things you do in college when your team is way better and every year your roster pretty much change, don't really carry over in the NFL.
And can I add, because I led with fire Steve Keim. We haven't had a 1st round draft pick that's came and made an impact, an actual impact, a team changing impact. I don't know how long. Then we trade our 1st round draft pick this year, get Marquise Brown, and he ends the season early. Like, we ain't got no break. Steve Keim ain't had a break since Michael Floyd got arrested for a DUI. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been just boom, 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 boom. Hassan Reddick. I'll tell you right now, that was one of his biggest mistakes. Letting Hassan Reddick walk and still pushing with Chandler Jones. We should have let Chandler Jones walk and kept it pushing with Hassan Reddick. Like, there's so many instances that this team's been messing up before we even get to the field. And then you get to the field and it's play calling. It's not our players. That's the worst part about this situation. It's not like, we're having discussions where we're saying we need a better running back. We need a better receiving core. Only thing I could say right now that we really just need to go out there and improve is our secondary. And they're balling out. They're playing above their expectations right now. So it's play calling, man. Cliff got to go.
Yeah, your receiving core legit.
Mm-hmm. And then, dude, how we get Robbie Anderson in the trade and he's had legit 2 targets, maybe 3 targets and -4 yards total receiving since he's gotten here. We can't get him the ball. We run a bubble screen to Rondale Moore, We can't get
And
him.
I'm gonna tell you this about the air raid. The air raid, when you look at certain coaches, it's not really a offense where the quarterback gets to read the field like that. Is hey, this play is drawn up for this guy, and that's why you see him dancing around a lot of times. Like, okay, we're targeting this guy, hit that guy. We're targeting this guy, hit that guy. So a lot of times there is no second, third, fourth read coming out of the air raid.
It's all distraction.
Yeah. I mean, it's a perfect example. Like Dustin said, Kissimmee Air Raid is going back to his Patrick Mahomes days in college, physical or not. You have Murray and Hopkins. They will never be a physical team with the combos despite the personnel. But it just goes back to when Kansas City runs an air raid. And you see times where Pat Mahomes, he pats it, and then he started moving around because they at least give him 2 reads. If the first 2 reads not there, that's why you see him start scrambling around and running around. But again, and they have issues running the football. It's a mentality when it's a mentality that as coaches come in, you say, hey, we gotta, even you talk about it in the offseason, we do it all the time. Hey, we gotta be tougher, we gotta get physical, or we gotta get stronger. And the thing is, regardless of the situation, they don't do that. And I agree with you. It's the identity product of the coaches more than the players. Yes, but
it starts there.
Coaches should adjust to what you have.
To an extent.
You should adjust.
You got to make adjustments. You have to make adjustments.
Yeah, you got to adjust to what you have. But at the same time, you got to also know when to ditch what you have because it ain't working. It ain't fitting the mold. And I think that comes on both sides of the ball.
But if you go back, though, Jay, if we go back, and we already talked about it, what do we say about Buffalo? They need to run the football more. They need to run it with the running back more and not the quarterback. But if you're winning,
Mike dropped the jewels to back that though. Mike was like, "Look, it's not production. 5 yards a carry, 4 yards a carry, 3.5 yards a carry."
No, without a doubt. No, I said it from the beginning. I think it's coaching more than anything because here's what coaches. If you have a defensive head coach, they're going to be about controlling the clock, resting the defense. Don't do nothing stupid.
Let's put our best foot forward.
That's how, and let's run the football. That's all defensive coaches. But then when you look at, you could say even guys that coaches the O-line, what do they want to do? Run the football. Right. They want to be physical. They want to be tough. And it just, and that's the thing. You look at who you have as a head coach. He's never been a run first guy.
No,
he's never been, even in college and everything else. He is look, I'm gonna throw it here, throw that bubble. Because a guy like him, kind of, and I was at this point at one time in college. I look at the screens, the jet sweeps and everything. That's just pass. That's just runs. That's just we gonna expand the field. And
that's my point when looking at Buffalo, and they got their running backs with 10, 11 receptions, but only 9 carries. And that's my point. Like, I get, okay, here's a perfect example. I asked both you and Mike. We got Buffalo and we got Arizona. They're both having coaching issues from what we've dissected.
Yes.
And they're on 2 completely different sectors. Which one of the 2 have to go? Because I'll tell you, from my point of view, only one of them needs to be fired. One of them, it's not working exactly how we would want to, but he can make adjustments to your guys' points. Mm-hmm. One of them got to go. Which one is that?
Between Kyler and Allen?
No, Buffalo. Oh, we're talking coaching.
Oh.
Well, the Cardinals, it should be coaching. He has to go. Yeah. Buffalo's not going to change anything because they're 6-3. I mean 6-2. I'm already predicting them to lose.
Right. That's my point, though. I mean, Buffalo. When we're saying
so I put Minnesota as your pick, huh, Coach?
You go ahead. Right. But that's the thing, and we all known it, and we can talk about even with the Cardinals when the Cardinals was winning. It
They still have those issues.
winning. That's what I'm saying. Winning hides all issues.
It does.
It changes everything. When
But-
you're
and the
losing, that's
funny
when you
thing
do
is,
the, like,
here-
this.
Going back to your stats again, rushing for Arizona, Benjamin 4.3 average, Connor 4.0, Daryl Williams 4.9. So when you run
But-
it, I know you ain't getting that every carry. You're not
But
getting
it's
it
not
every
though.
carry.
No. But this is the thing, Mike. It's not that they're not touching the ball.
It's timing.
You're not physically enough inside the 20.
No, it's timing, bro. It ain't even the physical part inside of the 20, man. It's going back to what you just said, coach. Instead of running the ball, we're running the screen when we should be running the ball.
Yeah.
We're throwing like dude, watch it today. Do me a favor. Watch the first 5 plays of the Cardinals offense today. I guarantee you, play number 3, either most likely 3, unless we just have a really bad number 2 or a really good number 2 and you got to go 1 yard. But play number 3 will be a screen pass to the right side of the field to Rondale Moore after he goes in motion. Coming out
I
of the
gotta watch
slot.
the start now.
Yeah, I gotta really watch this game. Look,
Please watch the start of this game.
hey,
Play number 3 is a screen pass
I
to
don't-
Rondale Moore.
I had never had the Cardinals in my top watch games.
You go watch
Right,
it.
it's on there now. At least the
Just
first
the first 5
drive for them.
I'm gonna hit you up with a message like, "Hey, you right, dog." But man, it's like I said, I truly believe it's a lot of it just dealing with the coaching and just putting the right personnel in. Of course, I said that from the beginning. Trying to think. Last topic before we get these picks because it's 10-14. We're gonna be quick on this one. Odell Beckham, where you think he going?
Dallas.
Think Dallas?
I think
That's-
Dallas needs him really bad.
That's home.
You know Jones has got some deep pockets.
Yeah, that's home.
How much are you willing to give for him though?
No, you're not gonna no more than like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
If I'm Baltimore,
I'm just saying, number one, you want to go to a contender, and Dallas has proven to be a contender in the East. Baltimore, you ain't getting the ball. Lamar's going to run it. He's never going to pass.
He's not going to Baltimore because they got Deshaun.
what I'm gonna say is this: If I'm
Baltimore is off the
Baltimore-
table.
If I'm Baltimore and Buffalo, I'm gonna do whatever I have to. I'm gonna pay for him.
Oh, dude, if he goes
He better
to
not go to Kansas City.
if he goes to Buffalo, Buffalo finally gets their first Super Bowl title.
Wow.
Why hold on. Why is he going to Buffalo? I thought they
I
had
don't think
receivers.
he is. I don't think he is, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but
if
every
he
team we talk
does,
about, they got receivers.
yeah,
He doesn't go to Baltimore because Deshaun there. That's why
Oh,
Baltimore's off.
My point about bringing up Baltimore and the Buffalo was because of the Kansas City rumors.
To stop Kansas City from getting.
Yeah, they better not let him go to Kansas City. Oh my Jesus, he can go to Kansas City. It's.
I would like to see if they got the money for him.
Man,
don't need money.
they just need to survive this year and we'll figure it out next year.
I think we're
No.
so far in the season. OBJ ain't worried about the money this year.
you know what? Who would make the most sense though? Green Bay, because the Rodgers is suffering.
Yeah, but why
Like,
would
he
he?
can't-
ain't gonna go there.
He can't. It's too look, 3-degree weather's not good for
Them knees.
That
for
ain't
them knees, dog. hey, that weather's not good for you. He got 60-year-old men knees, dog.
Yeah,
So-
but it's a catch-22. That turf ain't much better.
Well,
But
you got a point.
Who has turf though?
Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you don't want to go to.
Yeah,
The,
that's true.
you don't want to go anywhere where. Yeah.
He don't want to go.
Listen, you're gonna have to be playing on these surfaces one way or the other. Either you're
That's
the
what I was
home
saying.
team or you're the road.
Yeah.
But again, I just
So
if he comes home, there's a lot of distractions, dog.
I think distractions. I think wherever he go, I think he goes to a contender, but I think he's gonna mess up some of the chemistry. Otherwise, they're gonna have to practice more because that
What about
time is
Tampa?
gonna be totally different and learning the offense.
Yeah,
Tampa.
Who?
Tampa.
Nah,
Tampa.
we're good.
Tampa.
We good. Hey, I said it from.
it's
listen.
kind of like the senior citizen
Hey,
receiver.
let me throw this team in there, especially with Mike Thomas out. Why not New Orleans?
Ain't no reason.
No,
That's true.
hell no.
It's the same
Why
thing about Green Bay. Ain't no reason.
Ain't
Well,
no reason.
all right. So the thing is, the hell no, I think is because New Orleans is their season's almost tanked anyway.
Yeah.
You want to go to a contender that's going to be because listen, you already missed half the season. You want to pick up a few games in the playoffs there to make it a full season. You know.
But the thing
Right.
is, though, you're not with him, and it's same as Tampa. When you said, "How about Tampa?" Thing about Tampa Bay is we're just trying to stay afloat until people get healthy. We just look. We know when January hits, guess what? Everybody's back.
Yeah, right now Brady's fired up, man. 14-3 in the third.
Yeah.
They're putting it over.
I'm telling
Yeah.
like you gotta.
Hey,
you gotta look at all
Giselle got a house across the street, so he gets to still look. He good. He back. Hey,
He's still having that flower. They just don't
What
want to do it together.
hey, look,
What about a quiet Tennessee Titans?
No, because they're
Because the reason I'm saying all your top contenders, I don't think they're gonna touch him. I think he's gonna get in one of them middle contenders whose playoff hopes is strong.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he ain't going to the
Brady threw an
Eagles.
interception or fumbled or something.
okay.
They're right.
Real quick,
He ain't going to the Eagles.
No,
He
he's
got
not
no
going there.
place
They
in
don't
the
need him.
Vikings.
Please, no, don't go to the Eagles.
We already talked
they're
about
not good.
Baltimore. We already talked about Buffalo. Like he ain't got many. Just
there's only
wide open spots.
there's two teams that I truly believe. First team is Dallas, and
Dallas,
I say
yeah.
Dallas just for the simple fact of the matter. They're looking at okay, the run game is good, but what if we do have to play the 49ers, or what if we do have to play Tampa, where we can't run the football, and we don't have a receiver that can beat the one-on-one.
I hope you don't.
on-
Dallas. They're gonna eat.
But then now you flip it, you can say Cleveland.
no.
Ooh, he goes back to
With
Cleveland.
Deshaun Watson.
Are you kidding me? That's like going back to an ex-wife.
Yeah, that's worse than going back. That's
No.
breaking up with the wife, getting married,
I've
getting
got-
divorced.
Hold on, time out. I'm gonna explain it to you.
Nothing to do about the quarterback. I don't care.
Let me
who
tell
the
you.
quarterback
Let me tell you what it is.
Hey, Colin, they're never going to get the ball to him.
Let me
He
tell
still
you.
got child
No.
support.
I'm gonna tell you. You're not listening. You're not
That's a
listening.
horrible.
It's
breakup.
like you saying like he's going back to the wife. Your wife at the time she gained 600 some pounds. Hey, matter of fact, look,
Wait. Are
look,
we talking
look,
about this wife in Cleveland going to
look,
yoga?
we
losing
gon- look.
30 pounds?
No. You want to explain it? I'm gonna
Breast
listen.
implants? Is that what
Listen.
happened in
I'm
Cleveland?
gonna explain what happened. Look, he was on. Hey, Odell Beckham was on a date nap, and they was sending messages back and forth. And he was like, "Oh, I'm in love." Boom, he sees it. She's 600 pounds. He's like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna be committed."
Somebody
So
said,
guess what?
Your brother was selling it to you. Jarvis
Yeah.
was selling it to you.
They were selling
She
to
cool, brother. She cool. Come
you.
on.
She well rounded. Nice
Take one for
personality.
the team.
Hold on, Charles.
still got the
Look,
boots.
Charles.
Take
She
one for
left.
the team.
She left, and all of a sudden,
Them boots are made for walking.
hey, she got the walking now. All of a sudden, everything slimmed down, and she's like, "Hey, I'm back."
That's what I was saying. She got the little tummy tuck, little boob
Hey.
job action. Maybe
Hey,
some
I'm
little
just saying.
BBL.
I'm saying because the simple fact of the matter, you're talking about how deadly. Because regardless of the situation, you can say that they're not a pass first team, but with that running game,
Listen,
and you got
Deshaun-
Cooper. If Cooper stay
let me just say
healthy,
this.
Yeah, true.
Let me
He
just say
hasn't gone
this.
down yet. That's surprising.
OBJ needs to stay on the
he's back
couch.
on that grass though.
5 team. If he's looking at a 3 and 5 team, stay on the couch.
Yeah, I
Period.
know.
3 and
Look,
5.
If I was OBJ, man, I'm on the couch and I'm fielding offers. You need me to be the tipping piece to get to the Super
Thank
Bowl. That's what it is.
Okay.
I ain't going to a 3 and 5 team.
Not I need to be the tipping piece to make the playoffs. No, I'm the tipping piece to get to the Super Bowl.
Right. I'm the last icing. The cake is done. You just need me to come in and ice it.
So the
I'm
only
not going
team.
to 3 and 5 team.
That's like that. That's
like
like
I said,
that long,
it's that
that's
second
like
tier
that
team.
long reliever that you need to go ahead and win you another 20 or 30 games in the season in baseball.
There's no other way. Because he goes to Cleveland. You're playing not to get hurt. You're not playing to win a Super Bowl. You're playing not to
Okay.
get hurt. And I think that's a major difference.
He may not go to any team. I mean, there are reports that he's looking to sign pretty soon, like literally maybe before next week. He may be on a team.
Yeah, I thought he was going to sign this week, honestly.
If it's that fast, I do strongly believe it's Dallas.
I think it's Dallas or the Rams. Just
But
Going
we'll
back
see.
to the Rams.
Ugh.
that was the
There was talks that he was fielding calls from Brady, and Brady was pitching, and he was like, "Yeah, I kind of like to see that."
You know, but when
Oh,
he
wait,
first
that
came to
turnover
MLS
was Leonard Fournette throwing a pass to Tom Brady. Believe it or not. Oh
Huh?
God.
What'd you say?
That Buccaneer turnover that just recently happened, Leonard Fournette threw a pass to Tom Brady.
Was that on a Madden live stream?
No. No. I wish it was. It would make more sense. Brady was lined up as a receiver. Fournette was taking a shotgun pat. What the hell were they thinking?
What did Brady even look like?
Hey, first off, that's a little bit too much. You're doing too much. You're talking about my boy Brady in Tampa Bay.
No, we
I'll
didn't do
talk
that.
about Brady
Tom
all I
did that to
want. I've been
himself.
talking about Brady for 20 plus years before he went to the Bucks.
No,
I don't know why they. To be honest with you, I don't know why they did it. We was driving the field. Goddamn.
I know, right? They were in field goal range, but now they're not.
See, I told you that's the type of shit we deal with Cliff on a regular basis. Like, what the hell is that?
All right, man. We gotta wrap this up with these picks, man.
All right,
Charles, you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Obviously, we already know who's picking what on the Thursday game, and if you haven't picked it, it's too late. So let's go ahead and go to the first game here, 1:00 in Buffalo. It's Minnesota-Buffalo. Me and Randy have already picked. I got Buffalo. Randy's got Minnesota. Coach has got Minnesota because he said that earlier, so I'm holding him to it.
Yeah,
Mike,
I'm riding with it. I already know who he's gonna pick because
I don't even know who's going to pick, so I got to know.
he's thinking
Mike?
hard ahead. Hard
Who's on?
ahead.
Oh, Mike.
Where's the game at?
Buffalo.
Does it
No,
really
does it
matter?
matter? Buffalo.
It
It's
does.
cold.
I'm gonna take
It's cold.
Buffalo. If it's in Buffalo, it matters.
All right.
Buffalo.
Okay. It's cold up
And-
there. That
and
knee, that shoulder.
We got an honorary picker, Jay. Jay, who do you got?
I got Buffalo.
Buffalo. All right, let's go ahead down to Chicago. In Chicago, it's Detroit and the Bears. Both teams suck, but me and Randy are picking the Bears.
I'm going Bears.
Chicago.
Who's Chicago playing?
Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Chi-town.
real quick on my Buffalo pick, if Josh Allen don't put his helmet on, my pick's the Vikings.
No. There ain't no go backs on this here. You
No,
pick
he's starting.
one or the other. Yeah, if Josh Allen doesn't run the ball 5 times, I'm picking the other team. No. If Josh Allen doesn't do a drop back pass on the 3rd play of the opening series, if they lose the coin toss, I'm picking the other team. No, it doesn't work.
Keeps his dry rag in the left pocket.
Coach, who are you picking, Chicago or Detroit?
I said Chicago, Chi-town.
Oh, you did? All right. Mike, you said Chicago too?
Chicago, yes, sir.
And Jay? Chi-town down. All right. This game is in Kansas City. It's the Jaguars and Chiefs. Me and Randy both say that the Chiefs are going to reign supreme against the Cats. What do you guys think?
Best
Kansas
team in the
City.
AFC, Kansas City. Pat
Kansas
Mahomes,
City.
let's go.
Arrowhead Stadium's finna go nuts today.
No.
East Texas.
Not like they don't go nuts.
Hear that,
every
Mike?
game.
East Texas.
Mike, same thing, KC?
Yes.
All right, we're sweeping KC. This one is in Miami, where Tua and the Dolphins take on Jacoby Brissett. For now, Cleveland Browns. I got Miami. So does Randy.
Miami.
Tua and Waddle both don't have a TD today.
No, you can't change your pick if Waddle doesn't do the Waddle dance.
No, we good.
Coach, what do you got?
I'm gonna go Miami.
Mike?
Miami.
All right, moving on. Still in the 1 o'clock time frame. The Giants, by the way, the 6-2 New York Giants taking on the 1-6-1 Houston Texans. I am taking the Texans to lose.
I got the New York Football Giants.
I got Giants.
Both teams are adding 7s to their category.
Telling you, those Gillette Patriot fans there, man, gave me the fucking flu. I swear to God. Oh, man. All right. This one. Both teams are crummy. Got the New Orleans Saints going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is going to pull something out of his ass to save some type of credibility, and he's going to win. Randy doesn't think that way. He thinks New Orleans is going to win. What do you guys think?
Who they?
Who they? New Orleans.
Yep. Who gonna beat them Saints?
Vic, you say New Orleans?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Jay?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. All right, I'm writing Lone Wolf on that one. That's okay. I've run plenty of my Lone Wolf shares. All right, let's go. Tennessee at home against the Russell Wilson-led Broncos. I got Tennessee.
Tennessee. God dang Tennessee. No, you got to pick. You didn't have Tennessee winning that at the beginning of the year. Charles.
No, I didn't, but I do have it now.
No,
see,
Mike.
See, just like you, we're talking about. You're talking about the past. I'm talking about now.
Mike, you off the bandwagon? Mike, are you off the bandwagon?
I see Vic lips move. I can't hear nothing. What he say?
He's talking a lot of gibberish right now. What do you got? Don't worry about what Vic says.
Oh. I told you I should pick them because they're gonna end up winning if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really picking Denver?
I'm picking Tennessee.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Denver's better off going to battle with the Ford Bronco at quarterback.
Man.
So Jay, you picking Tennessee too?
Mm-hmm.
Bronco country, huh?
All right, let's go to Vegas. Again, both teams kind of suck, except Vegas has more talent than the Colts do. But it's Indianapolis in Vegas to take on the Raiders. Colts have a better record, believe it or not, but they're down kind of, I don't know. What do you think?
There's no way I'm going with Jeff Saturday. Give me the Raiders. No way.
All right. Me and Randy
Raiders.
Saturday.
You going Raiders and Jay, you going Raiders?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ain't no damn way Derek Carr let Saturday beat him on a Sunday.
They better not. I swear to God, if they lose to the Colts, just like I said about the Patriots, they lose to the Colts, they may as well just go ahead and mail in.
Yeah, because this ain't losing to the Colts. You're losing to Saturday. We don't even
yeah.
Colts at this point.
That's going down in history. You lost to a coach with no experience.
All right, 425 games. Actually, they started at the Raider game. That's 4 o'clock, but 425 is Dallas going to Green Bay to take on Aaron Rodgers and whoever is catching the ball from him, the 3-6 Packers. Me and Randy both say Dallas. What do you guys think?
Green Bay loses.
Cowboys.
Say the other way. Green Bay loses.
Aaron Rodgers gonna have to start throwing passes to himself, like on the yard.
Green Bay loses.
All right, Green Bay loses. All right, next one. This one is the Cardinals taking on the Rams. This is a battle for toilet country in the AFC, NFC.
Hey.
The Cardinals played one more game, but they also lost one more game, so I'm not sure if that means anything. But it's in LA, where, of course, it's going to be flooded with Arizona Cardinal fans. So who do you guys think?
I got the Rams this week.
So Colt McCoy is starting at quarterback. That leads me to believe that we will win this game. So
you're picking Arizona?
I am picking Arizona.
Oh, God.
You think that's gonna change his? You think that's gonna change the style? Is what's the name playing? Yeah. Is what's the name playing? No, not Kyler. What's the quarterback for the Rams?
Oh,
Stafford.
Is Stafford?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because they have him. They don't know if he's
questionable concussion. So that probably means no. It's concussion.
That's what sucks. If you got a concussion, yeah.
2 backup quarterbacks against each other.
Well, I think our backup quarterback better than y'all.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Okay.
On that, just because of Stafford. If Stafford was playing, I would have picked the Rams.
Yeah, me and Randy split on this one. I'm the Rams. Randy's Cardinals.
Did y'all see the injury report on this game? This mug is like 2 pages long.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's the way it is with every team 9 weeks, 10 weeks into the season.
and that's the thing when you look at it. When you look at the Rams, they don't have backups. They got stars, but they don't have backups.
All right, moving on. Sunday night game is the LA Chargers in San Francisco to take on the 49ers. They're not traveling very far, so it's maybe a home game. Who knows? Chargers actually have a game up on the Niners, even though they're not in the same division of conference. Whatever. I got San Francisco. Randy's got the Chargers. What do you guys got?
49ers for Beckett.
49ers.
I think McCaffrey's about to take the league by storm.
So you say San Francisco there, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Monday night game. It is the Commanders basically not commanding anything in this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles go 9-0. Me and Randy are in agreement on that. I'm sure me, Randy,
Eagles.
and Michael are in agreement with that.
Commanders make it to 500.
I have to go with the best team in the NFL.
Who says Commanders make it to 500? Jay? Is that you? Okay.
Commanders make it to 500.
Oh, my God.
I'm just playing, man. The Eagles go win. They don't even have an owner, a legit owner. So
Yeah, right. He's kind of in hiatus right now. All right. And then
I just hope the Philadelphia Eagles come back down to earth.
all right, and then we do have to pick the Thursday night game since we're not coming back on air until Sunday, and that is in Green Bay. It's the Titans and Packers. Me and Randy both say the Titans.
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee. Mike, coach?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, clean sweep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee.
All right. They all have it, so let's go down real quick here. We're completely split
What's the
between
standings,
Buffalo and
too?
Miami. What?
Said the standings when you get done with it.
Yeah, I got to calculate all that because I got to calculate last
Oh.
week's too, so I'm behind. All right, so just to go ahead, Buffalo, Minnesota, we are split. Chicago is a clean sweep. We all think Chicago's going to win. We all think KC's going to win. Miami's going to win. Giants are going to win. Everybody except me think New Orleans is going to win over Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's going to take it. Tennessee, clean sweep. Vegas, clean sweep. Dallas, clean sweep. We are split with the Rams and Cardinals. 49ers, except for Randy. Chargers, he thinks is going to win. Everybody thinks the Eagles are going to win. Everybody thinks Tennessee's going to win on Thursday. There you go.
I'm mad Tampa Bay's beating up on Seattle right now.
Nah, I kind of had a feeling Brady was going to come out of his slump. You know, he needed a week or two to get over the financial loss.
Hey, and one thing about Brady, he don't lose the other sorry quarterback.
But
No.
the thing, where everybody's coming back. We were missing D lineman. We were missing. Everybody was out. It's from injury. We just got to get healthy. That's all it is. We're just getting healthy.
And Mike Evans ain't suspended for beating people up trying to touch his quarterback.
Yep. So we back.
And they need to stop throwing to their own quarterback.
Yeah, I can't believe you said that.
Now look at White, man. White breaking a run all the way across the 50 to 45 to the 42. Damn.
Yep.
And I believe they said White was going to be their primary, and Fournette's going to be number 2.
I'm still looking at this box score though, Charles, and the fact that Leonard Fournette says 0 for 1 interception, and I know that was the Tom Brady is killing me.
That was the Fournette pass. Brady stumbled and tripped over his own 2 feet, and the other guy just, all right, this is mine. Thank you.
The quarterback would probably like, they ain't about to throw it to him. What the hell they throwing it to him?
Why are you throwing it to me, you asshole?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Josh Allen suiting up. They said he's ready.
All right, guys. Coach, go ahead and end it.
Oh, that's it, man. Hey, any last words, Jay? Thanks for coming on.
I appreciate you guys having me. I need to get in here more often.
Yeah, you're more than welcome anytime, man. Just come on in. You see the link, jump on it. Here's my last word. If you're up north, don't get the fucking flu. Get a shot. Oh, my God, it sucks.
Mike?
Super Bowl champs. Fly, Eagles, fly.
My last word real quick. Fire Cliff Kingsbury.
You know,
Hey.
every week, Mike comes closer to making that the true statement.
Yeah, he used to do that. He did that. He put in belief.
Yep.
All right, we out.
So you want to look at you.
Whole sports, all plays.
back on.
All sports all
Man, my stuff going. It's tripping, man.
It's tripping. I got you. I got you. Let me go ahead and walk us up out of here. All right, y'all. Peace for real.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.